Evening or good afternoon, fellow Nigerians. Well, how do I start now this afternoon? Apparently you are expecting me to talk about the ongoing labor, unresolved labor crisis that has grounded our cities. But I'm not going to talk about that. I'm going to talk about my client here, Mr. Richard Adewumi Ayotunde, or Mr. Ayotunde Richard Adewumi, you see, because it's important we should talk about incidents that affect our people. Whatever happens to one by way of injustice affects any other person, if not today, if not now, tomorrow. My name is Adesina, Ogunlana, legal practitioner, and if you're following my page, you will have been fairly familiar with our cases against the Nigerian police and the ministry, Christian ministry called Mountain of Fire and Miracles, led by Dr. D.K. Ulukoya. If you will recall, you will know that I think about a week ago or so, uh, we got two important rulings, judgments, fundamental rights application enforcement against the Nigerian police. We sued the MFM as well as the Nigerian police who acted as the agents in our perspective. And we got ruling in favor of Pastor Sunday Bawuro Oluwoyeyi and Mr. Richard Ayotunde Richard here. You see, that would not have been so much anything of a hoopla, but I was disturbed and fairly embarrassed and shocked when I got the news from my client some few days ago that in the middle of the night, around 4 a.m. in the morning, one of the respondents, that is Superintendent of Police, Ayoleyi, Tawose, Ajayi, who was found by the Honorable Court as a violator. She and her employer, the Nigerian police, as a violator of the fundamental rights of Pastor Bawura and Mr. Ayotunde Richard here, called him, you know, called him around 4 a.m., very early in the morning. What I wish to make of this? Ordinarily, one would have said, well, but then we cannot afford to close our eyes to this kind of incident because of the antecedents and the experience of our client here with this particular police officer and the employer, the Nigerian police in general. And you know, we have a case pending. We have two cases pending now. We have one before Honorable Justice Alagoa of the Federal High Court when he's standing trial, you know, on cyberbullying and all that. And the new one is coming up June 6, just 2 days time, before Honorable Justice Adesina. And the last time we were in court, about 3 Mondays ago now, the court, in its wisdom and kindness, released the gentleman to me, his lawyer, upon my application. You know, I think I've written about this, that with the understanding and cooperation of the office of the DPP Lagos State, that given the circumstances, because at that time he had been in detention for 73 days, and to face this new fresh charge before another judge entirely, and the judge granted the application on the condition that I must produce it on Thursday, the 6th of June. Now, 6th of June is so near, and we are having this kind of report. Is it that there are plans again to deal with this person? Why the clandestine night call? And what is the officer who called this gentleman held him in custody in 2023 for 8 days, and which took us to court, and which the court have found out that his arrest was illegal, the detention is illegal. Now 2 days time to go. He had this. You hear from him. He had this call from this officer, and to make it more sinister, she called, he picked, and then she dropped, and she didn't call back again. That amounts to a serious threat. We will do a letter to our employers, because this what is happening now is tantamount to harassment. Harassment. This is how we see it, and we are afraid for the life of this. We are afraid for the life of this gentleman in the hands of the Nigerian police force. What will warrant? What will warrant a that's not even midnight, a wee hour of the night, and there was no communication. They are not business associates. They have no business. In fact, they are adverse parties. And come 6th of June, he will be in court. Now, how are we sure of this now? With all this kind of, what we see, kind of a hanky-panky, we cannot afford to close our eyes and pretend that everything is okay. Given the antecedents, you will recall that in his case, which he finally won before Honorable Justice Olatokun of the Kenya High Court, the day the Honorable Court made another, he should be released from the detention of the Lagos State Police Command. They didn't do that. When the matter will come up on Monday next, just about 4 days after the order was made and served on them, what they did that very day, they rushed him before the Federal High Court. In fact, virtually the case at the Kenya was done behind his back. I think I only attended the first one and then the very last one. So to prevent a reoccurrence, we cannot afford to relax our guard. It's here, and we'll speak better on this particular incident. Mr. Richard, I would like to ask you, what transpired? What happened? I must congratulate you, even though I'm a lawyer, for being out, for being out. So what happened between you and the lady police officer had mentioned?
Thank you so much, Leonard Cotton. I appreciate this opportunity and platform to air my view. I was shocked, surprised, puzzled. That was yesterday morning.
Was it yesterday morning or 2 days ago?
Yesterday, I think it was yesterday morning.
Today is the 4th. Can't be yesterday.
No, 2 days ago. 2 days ago.
The first or second. That's when you saw it.
2 days ago. When I was on my phone and
around which time was this?
At exactly 4:16 a.m. I have the call log available, and this strange number popped up on my phone, and I picked it up, and all of a sudden the caller dropped. And by the time I would check the details of the caller, it happened to be the superintendent of police from Alagbon, who is not a stranger to me.
Who is that person?
Ayoleyi, Tawose Ajayi, whose team had been to my house sometime last year in the midnight to pick me up in my house and took me to Alagbon and kept me for 8 days. And just as you said, sir, there's supposed to be no harm in a normal call, but this person has an antecedent, and right now I even myself and my family, I cannot say that we are together. We have been harassed, bewildered, intimidated, and practically living in fear. She did not drop any message, neither did she continue with the call, sir. And that was what even shocked me the more and scared me the more. Right now, my entire family, we are afraid, because this was the same style. This was the same style they used, just as you cited, sir, while we had a case against them before Justice Olatokun. And On Thursday, just in 2 days' time, I'm supposed to appear before my Lord Justice Adesina, and here comes another call from this superintendent of police who has such an antecedent. And sir, myself and my entire family, we are unsettled right now. We are unsettled right now because I don't trust this police officer, even against Pastor Bawura Sunday Olowoyeye, who she kept for 16 good days. And Justice Olatokun actually gave a judgment in Bawura's favor that the arrest, both the arrest and the detention, were unlawful. I don't know why she has to be calling me a few days to my appearance in court again. I don't want to disappear, sir. Okay. I don't want to disappear. I'm afraid. My entire family are afraid right now.
Thank you so much for your explanation. Well, fellow Nigerians, we call this country the Federal Republic under democracy. And, well, like I said earlier in this short interview, what happens to one happens to all of us. Vigilance is the price of liberty. When you want to defend democracy, and part of democracy is the right to speak out. You understand, and let other people be aware, so that those in authority in whichever capacity will not abuse their powers. We can't see the rationale. Why are they stalking this gentleman again? That particular officer is a violator, as I judge a violator. If there is any crime they are alleging that our client has committed, they should send invitation to us. I'm giving them the carte blanche now. They should send invitation to us. We'll produce it, but not to be doing Gestapo tactics. What's she looking for 4 a.m.? For what? For what? I want to thank everybody for the kind attention. Like I said, we'll drop a letter with the employers tomorrow for them to know whether what she's doing is authorized by them, and if that's what is authorized by them, we decry it. This is not okay. We are not in a police state. We are not in a Nazi camp or concentration camp. We are in a civilized democratic republic of Nigeria. I thank you all.